high expectations. So first I want to start off by saying this, and I'm saying this with all respect, all due respect. Any expectations your parents put on you when you were younger that made you feel like you had to overperform to get that love, any expectations your girl putting on you or your family putting on you, anybody in your family or immediate circle or whoever that's exceeding faster than you, and you feel like you have to, catch up with them, drop all of that, bro. Drop all of that. Because none of that means nothing, bro. And like sometimes we have high expectations for ourselves due to the fact that we want to gain the approval of somebody around us. And that's why we expect so much sometimes, not saying that's your case. But it was mine at one point. And I realized that I was trying to achieve this goal just so other people could see me achieve this goal, as opposed to me actually wanting to achieve that goal. So that's one. The second thing, you got to understand that high expectations, they only hurt you, bro. Like you setting too high of a standard for yourself to achieve something. Like you overestimating what you can do in a day, and you underestimating what you could do in 10 years. And that's really what you got to realize. Like, we not God. We can only do what we can do. And I'm not saying that to say you shouldn't have any standard on yourself, but when that standard gets too high, because we tend to see a little bit of progress, or tend to see somebody else gain progress, and then we raise our bar even more to meet that new expectation. And it's like a never-ending cycle of raising expectations. And eventually when you raise it so high, you fail to meet it. And that can lead to disappointment. That can lead to you wanting to quit altogether, because you raising it to a point where you just can't achieve realistically. And that's a huge thing. So if you have real high expectations, ask yourself, like, how can I break this up into smaller bits and make it more achievable? Lastly, and this is something I thought of just now, like, we have high expectations, but for what? Like, think about it. It only comes from comparing yourself to others, or comparing yourself to an idea, comparing yourself to something. We shouldn't even know what to expect. You know what I mean? Like, when the first person crossed the sea, ever, they didn't know what to expect. They didn't know if it would take a month, take 1 year, 10 years. They didn't know what to expect. So they just crossed the sea. You know what I mean? And from there, they gained data to build some sort of rubric for the next time, thus having an expectation. The problem with that is, like, okay, the good thing about building an expectation when crossing the sea is it's a collective thing. If it took this group of people 1 month, I should expect for it to take 1 month for me. You know what I mean? So I should bring 1 month of food, if not more, just in case. I should have the correct boat, just like they had, so that I can do the same voyage. The thing about personal endeavors is this, though. When you have an expectation with your own life, you fail to see the other aspects that contributed to that person's success. It's not as plain to see. It's not as easy as, oh, he has this boat, he has this much food, the ocean is this wide, so I do the math. But with personal development, you don't know how these people succeeded. They might have had they might have had money from their parents. They might have, had connections with other people. They might have had X, Y, and Z that you can't see on the surface. So with these expectations, you sort of comparing yourself to them, and you failing to give credit to the other things that contributed to their success. So you're raising your standards too high. Your expectations should solely be based on what you can do at a reasonably comfortable way. You know what I mean? Obviously, we supposed to leave our comfort zone, but for example, these videos, I have a YouTube channel, another YouTube channel, where I just do like commentary, like making jokes and stuff. And to me, that's somewhat easy to do. But before I started doing that, I had real high expectations. I used to make, subtitles for every word that I said. I used to, put all these images and extra stuff into it, and my expectations was too high, and I couldn't fulfill my end of the bargain. I couldn't keep up with it. And then I realized, let me just calm down and just talk about dumb stuff, because that's what I like to do. And I was able to keep up with the workload. And that's the same thing with you. So find your limit and go to that. You know what I mean? I hope all that made sense. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, music channel, link in bio. I made a song called Bromo Dragonfly. Check me out, man. I made a song called Bromo Dragonfly. I love y'all. And always, praise Christ.